Welcome to City Snippet. Today we visit the Metropolitan Museum of Art. A really enjoyable walk is to go through Central Park and then up Fifth Avenue on your way to the Met. The Met was founded in 1870 and moved to this 2 million square feet building in 1880. There's usually a decent amount of people hanging out outside, either sitting on the steps, getting snacks from the food cart vendors, listening to the music. Entering from Fifth Avenue at about 82nd Street, you enter the Great Hall. We walked through the medieval art section on our way to the New British Galleries, which showcases 4 centuries of British artistry and craftsmanship, including these tapestries and the carved staircase. But I was there to see the teapots. It's a beautiful exhibit. It's impossible to show you everything we saw, but I'll highlight a few things. There were several animal pieces in this area that caught my eye, especially the Death of Monroe, an 1820-30 piece that records a historic event of 1791. This skylit courtyard of the American Wing opened in 1980. It's interesting to enter the doorway and feel like you're entering someone's house. This yellow chair from the early 1800s had some elegant lines. And walking through the period rooms helps envision what life at another time was like. Want to visit Versailles? This panoramic view of the palace and gardens is from 1818. And for fans of Frank Lloyd Wright, don't miss the living room from 1912 to 1914. You can't actually go inside, but you can look in through windows. This octopus chatelaine is from 1887 and is in the Jewelry for America show, but it's closing soon. And oh boy, the storage areas. Some people might skip it, but I like this behind-the-scenes glimpse. You can walk through the aisles and see dishes and clocks and furniture and all sorts of things that are in glass cases. And there's even this small exhibit of baseball cards with a shoeless Joe Jackson card. By the time we reached what I think of as the quiet painting section, it really was very quiet. Not a lot of people were here at this little after 5 p.m. time, and it was a great time to just pause in front of different paintings and have rooms to ourselves. Through the period rooms, the sculptures, the paintings, the exhibits of the museum, it's like traveling the world. It's kind of like reading a book and exploring your imagination and inspiring it. One of the oversized paintings to see is Washington crossing the Delaware from 1851. Then we made our way to one of my favorite places in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is the Temple of Dendur. It was originally built in 10 BC, courtesy of Petronius, the Roman governor of Egypt. But then it was given to the United States from Egypt in 1965. This was after the Army Corps of Engineers saved it from the Nile River's rising waters in the 1960s. And it's located in the Sackler Wing, which was completed in 1978. The temple structure is made of sandstone and decorated with reliefs. The base has carvings of papyrus and lotus, which are plants growing from the Nile. But take a look at this giant window. The whole wall is a window, and it brings in such a wonderful amount of light. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this room, is the light. It makes it feel more like you're outside than inside at a museum. In another life, I'd love to study the pictorial language of hieroglyphics. I could spend hours in here easily. But today let's head to In Pursuit of Fashion in the basement. It's the Sandy Schreier collection of 20th century French and American couture and ready-to-wear, about 80 pieces spanning 60 years. Although it's quite a contrast to go from the temple of gender to fashion, it again is someplace where you can look at the details and get lost in them. Or at least I do. And do yourself a favor and search for Philip Treacy, the London-based milliner who created the butterfly hat. That's all we have time for today, though. See you later, Met Museum.